Relationships. Let's talk about it. Yeah, I know. Every time I hear the word relationship, I'm like, ugh. And most of us, that's the first reaction we have. But the truth of the matter is that we all want them. The idea of a relationship that we want is having somebody who's there for you when you need them, somebody who can reciprocate the love that you can give him, somebody that can love you unconditionally, yada, yada, yada. But what people don't talk about is what relationships actually are. Well, at least most of them, toxic relationships. They're very toxic. There's a lot of abuse going on, and nobody wants to talk about it. And nobody wants to talk about how to fix that, especially. Because yes, sure, if you have an abusive boyfriend, you should definitely leave him, because you are not here to fix him or have to put up with none of that shit. No abuse should be tolerated or enabled in any case. And nobody deserves abuse. No, I as a abuse survivor myself, I know that it's easy to fucking blame yourself and feel like you deserve it, or try to figure out what you did wrong to deserve that. And it's like, nah, bro, nobody deserves abuse. Point. Period. Blank. I just want to get that out there. Second, bro, you leave an abusive person, they're going to date somebody else. And they're going to abuse somebody else. They're always going to be abusers. How about we try to actually fix the problem? Not like us dating these people because they're fucking insane. But somebody has to teach people, both women and men, how to deal with their fucking childhood traumas, so that they don't go around projecting their traumas onto every single person and acting out of fear and hurting everybody they love, themselves along with it. Because although we have our own bodies and we're different people, at the end of the day, it's all fucking deep consciousness. We're all connected. And if I hurt you, I hurt myself. If I love you, I love myself. That's literally how it is. Like, bro, if I fart right now because I know that's gonna piss you off, guess who's gonna smell the fart first and for the longest and strongest? Me. Yeah, sure, the other person is affected, but so am I. So it's like, what you give is what you get. Like, that's literally how life works. It's as simple as that. That's how karma works. Law of attraction. What you think about, that's what you attract. Like, So it's like, bro, here we are, a bunch of traumatized children because our parents were traumatized too, and so were our grandparents, and so on and so forth. And nobody's putting in the work to truly, like, let go of all that pain, that generational fucking curse that we all carry, before they go and date somebody and give them that exact same treatment that they received. And then, when that person breaks up with them, they're like, why can't I find love? Why don't I deserve love? Because their actions are reinforcement. Their actions are reinforcement of, what they think of themselves. I think I don't deserve love. Therefore, if somebody gives me love, I'm going to feel uncomfortable. Subconsciously, when I want to feel uncomfortable, and I'm going to create problems to get rid of this person, or to get this person to treat me mean, because that is what I believe I deserve subconsciously. That's what happens. That's why people, men, sometimes, let's say this guy, his name is Robert. Let's say Robert is an asshole. He's a fucking womanizer, doesn't give a fuck about women, lies, cheats, everything. Whatever you name it. Abuses physically, mentally, sexually, whatever. We got this fucking Robert. Now, Robert meets a person. Robert started being this way when Robert got his heart broken by somebody, right? That's the backstory. So now he's having revenge on all these people. Whether the girls are nice or not, whether they date or not, everybody gets treated mean because his heart is broken. Now, he could meet the nicest person in the world that would treat him great. And he could like her. But if he hasn't fixed the parts of himself that make him act that way, whether he wants to or not, he's going to hurt that girl and lose that girl. And it's going to keep on happening. He's going to keep on telling himself, see, told ya. The ego's going to keep telling him, see, told you don't deserve love. You can never do shit right. So you might as well just stay alone. Accept your fate and live like that. When the whole time we decide our fucking fates. Whole time we're telling ourselves subconsciously we don't deserve love. Who the fuck told you that? Who the fuck told you you didn't deserve love? What? The treatment that your parents gave you? Bro, last time I checked, the way people treat you has nothing to do with you. And I'm gonna tell you why. Nothing to do with you, man. You could be the nicest person or the biggest bitch, and a bitch is gonna treat you the same way they treat everybody, and a nice person is gonna treat you nicely, just like how they treat everybody. Because people treat you how they treat themselves. That is the end of the story. People treat you how they treat themselves, and you're over here thinking that you did something wrong to deserve that treatment. No, darling. No. No, 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 no. Those people treated you like that because they have no self-love, no self-respect. Just recently, I was dating a guy who admitted to me physically I forgot the working word, like shoving his mom or hitting his mom. I don't know. They probably did hit and wanted to make it seem like it was just a hard push, whatever. It doesn't matter. If a guy has no respect for his mother, bro, that's like the biggest red flag. And the crazy thing is, like, it never got too physical with me, and that is great. I'm glad that God and the universe took that man out of my life before shit got crazy, because one thing about me is that I will beat a guy. I'll fight a man. I've fought men before for disrespecting me. Like, the first time I fought a guy, I was 12 years old. I remember I was in line waiting to drink water from the bubbler, water fountain, whatever you want to call it. And he asked me out, and I had said no, like, days before. And he was in front of me, so when he stopped drinking water, he spit on my face. Bro, I know. Crazy, right? I told him to run because, I don't know, I like when people run from me. It gets me all pumped up. Kind of like, she does, or... Honestly, I keep telling people I'm a big cat, and I really, really feel like I'm a big cat in many, many aspects of my life. Not only because my Leo is in Venus. Oh, my Venus is in Leo. You get the point. But, like, I love chasing and killing my prey. And obviously, long story short, I beat his ass in front of the whole school. A couple of guys had to get me off him because I blacked out. And then I spit on his face. And I told him to never come back to my school again, and he never did. So that's just a little backstory to let you know that just because I'm spiritual doesn't mean I'm not going to beat your ass. Like, that's another thing that I hate about people who are getting into spirituality and use spirituality as an excuse to let people abuse them. No, darling. You do not recite poetry to somebody who just drew out their sword. You literally don't. Because there has to be a balance in life, and you can't just be out here protecting everybody else, and it's okay to fight for that cause, but when it's for self-defense for yourself, no, you're just gonna get your ass beat because you probably deserve that. Nah, bro. No. I'll fight somebody. But I'm just glad because I know that this is a guy that would literally probably kill me, so... Anywho, I ain't gonna mention no names because I don't give a fuck. I'm just glad I'm safe and shit. But it's like, that's pretty much the catalyst. I mean, I've had a lot of catalysts in the past month. You wouldn't even fucking believe. Like, literally something horrible was happening every other day for the past month. But, all that shit taught me. And this breaking point is what got me to start this episode. Welcome to my podcast. I'm Conscious Concubine. My real name is Itzonil Alvarez Acosta. But, not my real name, my government name, because all my names are real and also fake. You get the vibe. But the point is, bro, I'm grateful that shit didn't get too bad. And I'm glad that I went through an experience like that so that I could know what I don't want. And also, this is about to sound fucked up, but, like, I made a lot of dope art while I was dating him for the whole month that I was dating him. Like, great poetry. Depressing as fuck. Dark as fuck. But I posted it. And even though I took it down the next day because... Oh my God, I can't believe I was being so manipulated and I didn't fucking see that shit. I felt it, but I didn't see it. But I see it now. And I'm glad that it didn't take me too long to see it. And I'm glad that nothing too horrible had to happen for me to see it. Like, yes, there was a little bit of sexual abuse. Yeah. But, like, I didn't get my ass beat, so great, whatever. Not saying that anything is excuse at all, guys. Like I said in the beginning of the fucking podcast, No type of abuse is good or tolerable, but I'm an optimist sometimes, and I can gaslight myself sometimes just because I don't want to cry for too long of periods of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll feel my emotion. I won't judge myself. I won't regret shit. I won't judge the past. I'll try to look at the better of things, just to calm myself down when I'm like 5 hours deep into a panic attack, because I don't want to be in a panic attack, because being angry or sad for so long literally kills you, drains your soul. Like, bro, it's too much. And at one point, it felt like I was just diving into a hole of depression and not really like actually healing my pain. So I'll like start being mindful of my surroundings. I'm like, okay, so you're safe. He's gone. Nobody can hurt you. You're in your house. You have 3 doors that are locked. Nobody can hurt you. Like, this is the things that I tell myself to calm myself down when I feel unsafe, when I'm crying or having a panic or manic attack. Like, that's what I do. And I remind myself, like, hey, it could have been worse. Not to like water down what happened, but if in that moment I'm going insane and it's one of those days where like I legit need somebody else, because sometimes you need community to heal. You cannot do all this healing on your own. You need community. But in that moment, I'm too weak to get myself to talk to a friend, or I just feel like a burden, which is also wrong, because people that love us will always be there for us in times of need, just like we are there for them. So you guys gotta remember that shit. Like, you're going through hell and you think you gotta go through it alone. You don't have to fucking go through that shit alone, bro. Take up space. Make up room. What the fuck? Speak your fucking truth, bro. You've been through so much and you still playing by somebody else's rules? Fuck that. Like, bro, if any of the advice that I'm giving you right now doesn't resonate with your soul, don't fucking take it. Because this advice may not resonate with your soul now, because it's not what you need to do now, but it may in 5 years, or it may have worked for you last month. You know what I'm saying? But it's not what you need to hear now. Like, this advice, this message, this truth is not linear. You know what I'm saying? Like, time is not linear. This advice might help you 5 years from now. Do you understand what I'm saying? So just fucking take everything in this world with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, all of us have all the wisdom of the universe inside of us. And if we just tap in and meditate, voila, we can get all the answers. If we pray, if you like to pray or like to meditate or do yoga or whatever your practice is, if you take some time to get to know yourself and actually listen to your inner child, to whatever they need. Because when you are hurt, there's your inner child crying for what they need. And if you only listen to them, if you don't judge them, if you don't ignore them, if you don't avoid them, you can heal them. Your inner child, I mean. Because when I did all that happened to me, that inspired me to start my podcast once and for all, even though I have a lot of episodes. Like, I've recorded and edited lots of episodes, but this is gonna be my first one, because yeah, I feel very inspired right now, and I feel like crying. Well, I am tearing up because I'm really happy. Like, although I'm really sad because all that shit, I'm not gonna go into detail about what happened last night, but it was insane. And an angel came by. Shout out to him. He knows who he is. Sparked me up. Really respectful. Listened to me and gave me the best advice. Love him. Super dope friend. But basically, all this shit that happened last night was so intense, and I was really sad, but at the same time I was really grateful, because I've realized who the fuck I am. Like, isn't it crazy how it takes something really fucking bad for you to get so angry and snap out of your old life and step into your new life? So I'm grateful, because if that person didn't just walk out of my life like that, I would still be trying to quote unquote fix them. And I always talk about, like, don't fix a nigga, bitch. Don't do it. You can't fix nobody but yourself. Michael Jackson said it, didn't he? Yeah. Exactly. Like, bro, all I'm gonna say is don't try to fix nobody. If somebody is lying to you, instead of pointing fingers at them, you know that phrase that is like, when you point one finger at somebody, three are pointing back at you. That is more truth than I have ever understood. Like, every day I read more books. I just recently finished the book The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Highly recommend, guys. I'm gonna recommend you a book per fucking podcast. But yeah, highly recommend that you download that book, buy that book, borrow it, whatever you have to do, get a hold of that book, bro, because it's genius. And also the way they talk on the book is the way I talk. They curse. It's very like open-minded. It's super dope. And it has like science and sociology and psychology facts to back it up. So it's not just like spirituality, you know. For those of you guys who are like barely getting into spirituality or don't really practice it or believe in it or don't really know much about it, there's facts backing this shit up. If you're a fact person, you're gonna love this book too. But anywho, basically, if you feel like somebody is lying to you, instead of pointing your finger at them and being like, wow, this person cannot be honest with themselves, that's why they can't be honest with me, blah, blah, blah. If you realize, at least realizing that, what I just said, they're not being honest with me because they can't be honest with themselves, that's a first step of awareness with like relationships, right? And then there's a step of like, okay, they're not being honest with me, but why? How am I not being honest with myself? Ding, 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 ding. You gotta ask yourself that. Those three fingers pointing back at you is like, okay, how am I not being honest with myself? Like, I had a guy, he used to be a drug addict. He was clean when he met me, but then he started using when he met me. Because, fun fact, love and cocaine have the same chemical effect in your brain. So if you haven't been clean for long enough, they even tell you you're not supposed to be dating or falling in love. You can dibble dabble, but if you fall in love, you have the high possibility of falling into drug addiction again. And I have another friend of mine, I love her, that used to be an addict, and she confirmed that. She's like, yeah, I had to stay single for 1.5 years or so. I don't remember exactly how long, but like she told me that every time she would start dating somebody, it was very toxic on her end. And it was something that she wasn't like that before. Because love, like actually loving somebody, will create that same effect and will make you crave it. And if you don't have it all the time, it will make you have withdrawals and it will make you abusive and toxic. That's just what it is. And it just takes time before those people can date again. It is whatever, you know. But as I'm reading They Are Not Giving a Fuck and they compare cocaine to love, everything makes sense. But like, fuck, I lost my train of thought. Fuck. Oh yeah, okay, so basically this guy started using and I wasn't even around them. I had took a trip for like a month away from them. Not because of that, but just I was doing some errands in the US and they live in Puerto Rico, so you know, motherfucker is using and treating me bad, and I don't know why he's treating me bad. But then I have a dream that it was very symbolic. Alright, I'm gonna tell you the dream. In the dream, everybody I've ever met, me and this man that I was dating at the time, we fucking are in a line in a church, and there's a father with a stick that has a bulb that lights up green or blue. Green, if it lights up green, you're a human, you stay in heaven. If it lights up blue, you're a demon, you gotta get the fuck out of there. You die automatically. So I'm the second to last person. Behind me is the guy that I was dating at the time, and then the father sticks a stick at me, and the stick doesn't light up at all. And I'm like, wait, why is it not lighting up? Why don't I know who I am? And then I'm like, I know who I am. I know everything about me because I'm honest. I'm always honest with myself and with others. Like 100%. Even when I don't want to be, I'll fucking say that shit. I've gotten in trouble. I've lost people just for saying the truth, but I don't care. It is what it is. I'd rather live in truth than live in fear and live in lies. But either way, in the dream, I'm thinking like, what don't I know about myself? And I'm like, I know everything about myself. And then I turn around, I'm like, wait, why are you hiding from me? And that's when I woke up. And then I told him, hey, you're using it. He tried to manipulate me into thinking that he wasn't for like 3 days. And on the third day, he admitted to me. And I'm like, yeah, I know, bro. And you know what is funny? Side note, not to flex or anything, but it's like, bro, nobody can ever lie to me. Like, dead ass. Nobody can ever lie to me. Like, even in high school, some bitches that, like, acted as my friends were planning to jump me after school and fuck me up bad. And tell me why, the moment that they decide, we weren't even in the same classroom, like, at all. The moment that they're planning to beat my ass in the bathroom stall is the same moment that I was having diarrhea in the other bathroom stall with headphones in so that I couldn't get distracted. I don't know if this is too much information, but you get the point. Like, I don't know, but I cannot poop in public, but that was a bad day. I had some tacos with some spicy ass shit, bro. I was dying. So I'm suffering in the bathroom and I'm like, fuck. And I put my headphones in so that if somebody walks in, I can just shit in peace and not worry about what other people are saying. Whatever. But in that moment, my phone dies. Fuck. Now I gotta listen to what people are saying. And then I hear to what they're saying. And they're saying how they want to beat my ass after school. And I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. I really thought we was gonna go out to eat. I thought we were friends. Like, I've been very gullible towards people my whole life, but like the universe has always protected me. It's really fucking great. But as soon as they leave the hall and they're like washing their hands or whatever, or like talking outside their stall, like still in the bathroom, I come out and I'm like, well, I guess I won't be getting lunch with you guys today after all. Washed my hands and walked away. And they were just like super, like, they didn't say a word. They stayed still, frozen, like they saw a fucking ghost. And there's many occasions in which people have tried to lie to me and I just dreamt about it. And I want to tell you how I got that to work like that. I really grew up in a really toxic environment in which knowing the absolute truth was absolutely necessary for my survival. So I've always had a deal with the universe, probably since I was 7 or younger, that I didn't want anybody to be able to lie to me ever. I literally prayed for that and cried to that. And I said, I don't care how hard it hurts. I want to know the truth always. I want to know the truth about myself and about others. I want to know where I stand. If only after a day somebody shows me a red flag, I want to see it and I want to feel it so hard in my body that I have no option but to walk away. Please, God, I want that. And in exchange, I won't ever lie to myself, to you, or to anybody else. And that's how it is. And at first, I was uncomfortable with keeping that my part of the promise. I still kept it, but I was uncomfortable with it because I'm like, fuck, I want to lie. And sometimes I would lie for a little bit, but then I would still be like, nah, bro, you know what? If I had the balls to do this, I'm going to have the balls to say it. And that's how I've always been my entire life. And I think it's fair. Like, if I want absolute truth, I should be able to give absolute truth. And that's what goes back to fucking karma. And it goes back to the law of attraction. And it goes back to what I was saying earlier. The anecdota. What the fuck? I'm saying Spanglish now. But the example that I use about the finger. You point one finger, 3 are back at you. What you are is what you attract. That's it. Plain and simple. If you're out here lying to people, people are going to be lying to you. If you're out here cheating on people, people are going to cheat on you. Simple as that. Not saying that people won't hurt you because you're not hurting them. People will hurt you because they will treat you how they treat themselves. But if you learn from that and you learn that it has nothing to do with you, but also everything to do with you. Because the way they treat you has nothing to do with you. But if you allow that person to stay in your life and treat you that way, that does have something to do with you. If you genuinely believe that you don't deserve good love and you only deserve toxicity, you are going to attract people that only give you toxicity. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, if life is like chess, you're not the pawn and you're not the king. You're the player. You get to decide everything that goes on. Sure, there's another player, which is called fucking life, and he's playing your ass, he's going to throw you tricks, but you still have the option to answer to that move in so many different ways. And you also have the option to elevate frequencies and love yourself to a point that people that don't love you cannot even get near you. Because that is literally what happened to me last night. This person wanted to be abusive so bad. And they were about to. But my gentle love and also my strong boundaries at the same time, like no. And also like you gotta learn how to manipulate your aura, bro. Because there comes a point where deadass nobody can even touch you. Like I almost got robbed with a boyfriend I had at the time. We were both having a great time at the beach, and we almost got assaulted and robbed by 14 men, approximately. And I literally, there was a guy jogging at me in the middle of the night. There was nobody else, no cops, nothing. We was gonna get mugged, bro. Beat the fuck up, because it happens all the time, right? And I literally pushed my aura out of my body and pushed that guy back. Like he literally, it looked like he hit a wall. And he backed up in fear. And he started backing away. And all of them started backing away. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can literally use the aura to either hide yourself, push somebody away from you, have somebody else in a room look at you. You can use your aura for so many things, bro. And I'm always going to have some detailed podcast about that later, because this podcast is more of like a broad conversation about the energies going on right now in my life. And also the spiritual guides in my head. Like, that's why I'm like rambling about a lot of stuff, because I had a clear idea of what I wanted to say. But I'm saying all these other things because I feel like it's what needs to be said right now. And it's something that will help somebody right now. Because every time I write some poetry, which I used to never post because I was very self-conscious, insecure. And also I've had boyfriends that whenever I write myself poetry, they told me to take it down because it's me talking about our private relations. But in reality, it was just them abusing me and not wanting me to tell anybody what was going on, because then they would tell me, hey bitch, you're getting abused, hey bitch, you're getting gaslighted, hey bitch, that guy doesn't love you. You know what I'm saying? So if I don't say anything, and if I just act like I'm happy to make them happy, then everybody thinks I'm happy, and that's it. End of story. When in reality, I'm miserable. And honestly, fuck that. As women and even men, we all need to fucking speak our truth and not consider anybody's feelings when we speak our truth. Because how are you gonna tell me, don't post things that will give people the idea that you're sad with me, because I don't want them to think that you're sad with me. And I'm like, bro, if you don't want people to think that I'm sad with you, then just don't make me sad. You know? Like, that would be the simple logic, you would think. But no. Not with narcissists. And honestly, bro, the problem with narcissists, and there's always an empath being a victim to their fucking prey, the fucking... I can't even have words right now because they're all going really fast in my brain. But you get the point. You got a fucking empath cushioning their fall all the time. They're never gonna fucking hit rock bottom. Empaths all over the world. Stop being so fucking entitled, thinking you can change the world, thinking you're fucking God, bro, when you can't even fucking fix your own problems. Let me talk to you empaths real quick. Because you guys are always looking up videos bashing narcissists and how to deal with narcissists, which is great to get away from that. But what about the part you're playing in that? Because there's two types of entitled people in this world. Narcissists and fucking out of control empaths. Bro, an out of control empath will literally not take care of their needs at all to take care of somebody else's. They want to avoid taking care of their problems so bad that they want to take care of somebody else's. And then there's the narcissist. The narcissist wants to avoid responsibility of their problems so fucking bad that they think that everybody around them should take care of their problems for them. That, which is why narcissist and empath are always together, and they make such a perfect toxic fucking couple. Because neither of those people are taking responsibility of their own fucking problems. So empath, the easiest way to let yourself fall prey into these motherfuckers is to stop taking care of their problems because you want to avoid taking care of your own. Kind of like when you don't want to do your homework and then somebody else is doing homework and then you're like, oh, I'll help you with that. I'll help you with that research. Bitch, you got your own homework. You're going to fail while other people succeed. And another fun fact is that when you're solving other people's problems, you make them fucking miserable. Because happiness comes from solving your problems. That is what life is about. Think of it like as a video game. Let's say that you're playing a fucking video game and you never do any of the missions and you're just roaming around the city. That's boring as hell, bro. Who the fuck wants to play a video game like that? You have to go out to the field, find motherfuckers, argue with motherfuckers, get your coin, hustle, have like tasks to get over. As human beings, we need that to be happy. So empath, by not fixing their problems, they're miserable. And by fixing other people's problems, those people are also miserable. So is this misery going around, and misery loves company, and it's being multiplied. Every time you have sex, shit gets worse and worse and worse. Not at the moment you have sex, but right after, because guess what? Sex is the biggest tool to manifest whatever you're feeling or thinking at the moment. So if you're subconsciously really angry at this person and you're both resenting each other and you're having sex, bro, shit is only gonna get so much darker. Until eventually shit breaks in a really horrible, goofy breakup. Or you marry them and you stay with them forever and you're miserable forever, and then you have kids and you both treat your kids like shit because you're miserable, and then your kids go ahead and do the same shit, and there we go, the loop from hell of the same shit over and over again, guys. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna keep on carrying this behavior? Women getting hit, women getting bit and fucking killed and disrespected on a daily in society, painting it like it's normal, like it's appropriate for a man to get jealous of his girl posting a cute picture so he could beat her ass. We think that's normal? Okay. We think owning a person is normal? That's slavery. That is literally slavery, but you guys see it as okay because it's a relationship. Because it's not about race. Bro, what the fuck? Guys, you need to wake up. We all need to fucking wake up. And last night, what happened to me was so fucking intense that I had no choice but to wake up. Literally. And I've been known a lot of these facts because I've never been with a guy who like beats my ass or anything like that. I've been with a guy who like raped me, of course, and then as soon as I was able to get away from that, I did, I was always aware that I was fucked up and I got away from that. No, but like it did happen. It did happen to me, And in another episode of the podcast, I will tell you guys how I overcame that every time that it happened, because sadly, sometimes it doesn't happen to you only once in your life. Sometimes it happens more than once as a woman, and it might happen again. And that is a fucking scary ass thought, because every time it happens again, you think, oh my God, I thought that I knew how to avoid this abuse. But women, it's not that it's not your fault. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of crazy men out here, but that is why I'm doing this podcast. Because I want to heal women and men. I want this pain to stop, and I'm gonna do the best I can to teach you guys tools for this shit. And I'm gonna put out art that consciously and subconsciously will heal motherfuckers. That is my goal. That is my purpose in this world. And I'm gonna fucking do it. So that is what I'm gonna spill to you guys. All my fucking tea. Unedited. That's it. There's no filter. Because honestly, I'm not embarrassed about all the things that happen to me, because I don't see myself as a victim. I see myself as a fucking G. A fucking warrior, bro. I'm still fucking alive after all this shit that's been happening to me. And I'm gonna use my stories to fucking inspire others, because I've been inspiring my friends for years and boyfriends for years. I've had exes hit me back after 4 years talking about, I went to music school and graduated because of what you wrote me in a letter. And it's people that I hated. But even though I hated them at the time, I didn't hate them. I don't think I've ever had that emotion except for my dad, to be honest. And at the same time I had that emotion for my dad, I also loved him and missed him very much. So it was very confusing. But basically, like, even as somebody was hurting me, every time I left somebody and I walked away from them, I left them a letter that told them exactly how they hurt me, and exactly where they went wrong, and exactly what they need to do with themselves to make themselves happy. Not me, because I don't want them anymore. I'm not telling you this just because I want to fix you. I'm telling you this because I know that this is something that you need to hear, because nobody has ever told you the truth to your face, because nobody has ever wanted to lose you. They just wanted to fucking have you. So here's the truth. Heal, motherfucker. And if you don't, don't care. And if you do, don't care. I just want the world to be a better place, period. I don't want people sad. I don't want people suffering. Because the pain that those people, like, caused in me or that arose in me, I know that they felt that twice as hard because it came from them. And I know that they're feeling that every day. And I don't want nobody to feel that pain. Ever. Because I felt that pain. And I don't want that for anybody else. So, yeah. That is why this podcast is being made. So, yeah, this is who I am. I'm Sonil Alvarez. I am a girl born and raised in Puerto Rico, also raised in Dominican Republic. Yes, I lived with my grandma at a point. Yes, my life growing up was very chaotic and toxic. I'll delve into that later. And I'm grateful. I wouldn't change my childhood, my teenage years, my early adult years. I wouldn't change none of my life beating my ass this entire time for nothing. Because now I have wisdom that I can share with others and I can heal others. And that is all I've ever wanted. To be able to take pain away from others. Not take pain away from others, but help others turn their pain into beautiful art and beautiful fucking happiness, so that they can keep doing this domino effect and loving their parents more and having better relationship with their parents. Bro, I literally saw one of my best friends ever have a better relationship with his mom because of the advice I've given them, and because of me having a better relationship with my mom affected people around me. Do you understand what I'm saying, bro? So, like, why the hell would I sit here and cry that, yeah, I'm heartbroken. I'm not going to gaslight myself out of that. But I'm so grateful that I was strong enough to take this pain so that I could take this wisdom and this understanding so that I could be a healer for those around me, which is something that I prayed for since I was 7 years old. No joke. And I probably did before and didn't remember, but ever since 7, 8, around that time, like, I knew my purpose. And I knew that to be able to do something as beautiful as this for others and as open as this for others, I would have to go through hell. And I didn't care. And I still don't regret shit. So, here we are. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Peace, my God and goddesses. Stay tuned. I don't have a schedule. I don't really believe in time as to where I'm going to be posting new podcasts. So just subscribe, turn on your notifications. And yeah, I'm going to be putting whatever the podcast was mainly about, because I'm just going to wing it. Whatever that my spirit guides tell me to talk about after I meditate and do my yoga and shit, that's what I'll talk about. And yeah, just make sure you tap in and stay tuned. It might help you out, you know. I'm doing this shit for the free, for the love of you guys. Because, like, I have this knowledge and this knowledge have helped me. But, like, it's kind of stingy for me not to share it. At least that's how I see it. So I'm sharing it with you guys. And if you see a friend that's sad, make sure you send it to my fucking podcast, Conscious Concubine. I'm also going to translate this shit to Spanish, Concubina Consciente. So you already know the vibes. We're gonna be active. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram as well, Conscious Concubine. And I wanna be on Spotify. What do you call that other one? SoundCloud. I don't know if I can put it on Apple Music. I'm gonna be on everywhere, like everywhere. YouTube, everywhere. So guys, make sure you tap in. Thank you for the support. I love you guys so, so much. Peace, my God and goddesses. Love you all. I love you. And thank you. The conscious concubine, creator of my life, connected to divine, evolving Hello, welcome to Conscious Concubine. I'm Sonil, and today we're gonna be healing from the inside out. Peace.